Hello, my wonderful kids of class 8. Welcome to your English grammar class with Harvinder ma'am. So, beta, today we are going to cover chapter number 3, pronoun, right? आप कहोगे मैम ये तो हम फर्स्ट क्लास से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं. But don't worry, this is the last grade 8th standard when you are going to learn about this part of speech, right? After this, from standard 9th, there will be no parts of speech, only the practical use of these parts of speech will be there, right? So no formal classes for parts of speech from grade 9. So this is the last class when you can learn about all these parts of speech: noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, right? तो क्योंकि ये हमारा लास्ट सेशन है, हम 8th ग्रेड में लास्ट टाइम इसको पढ़ रहे हैं, तो डेफिनेटली आई एम गोइंग टू ऐड समथिंग न्यू टू दिस लेसन विच यू वर और यू आर नॉट अवेयर अबाउट. ठीक है, दोज फैक्ट्स अबाउट प्रोनाउन जो अभी तक आपको नहीं पता है. सो बी विद मी. ओके, पहले हम रिवाइज करेंगे whatsoever we have learned till standard 7, right? So first of all, we must know what is the meaning of pronoun. Pro means for or favor, right? So the name itself is telling that it is for noun. The word that stands for noun or that stand in favor of noun, those are pronoun, right? That's why they are also known as replacing words, right? And they do not replace only noun, they also replace other pronoun and noun phrase. What do I mean by noun phrase? Noun phrase means noun only, but that noun that is made up of more than one word, right? Let us learn about this with some example. Rita is a good girl. She always stands first in her class, right? So here I have used this pronoun for Rita. So the pronoun she is replacing a noun here, right? If I'll take another example, you and I should go there, right? You and I can be replaced with we. We should go there, right? So here the pronoun we is replacing two other pronoun. Or let us take one more example. The young boy blamed himself, right? So the young boy is a noun phrase, so it can be replaced he blamed himself, right? So what we have learned till now, that pro means for, के लिए, and it stands for noun. The word that stand for noun, they are pronoun, and they not only stand for noun, they replace other pronoun and noun phrase also. Now you must be thinking why it is important to replace the noun, right? So let's discover why it is important to replace a noun with pronoun. See, you can read some information about Jack. Let us read it first. Jack went to town and Jack took a cow to sell at the market. When Jack got to the town, Jack looked for a buyer, but Jack could not find a buyer. Jack was getting worried, but then an old lady gave Jack some magic beans for the cow. But when Jack got home, Jack's mother was very cross with Jack. Jack's mother threw the beans out of the window, right? Did you catch all these sentences which I have read right now? Or you find some difficulty or tongue tied while we were repeating it? Yes? When you repeat the noun again and again, it makes our conversation uninteresting, right? So what is the role of the pronoun? They make the speech, especially when we are using the longer sentences, they make our speech more smoother and clearer, right? So that's why we replace, in spite of repeating the noun again and again, we, to avoid the use or to avoid the repetition of noun, we use pronoun. We replace them with different pronouns, right? Let us read it again by replacing the pronoun, by replacing the noun with different pronouns. Jack went to town and he took a cow to sell at the market. When he got to the town, he looked for a buyer, but he could not find one. He was getting worried. Then an old lady gave him some beans for the cow, but when he got home, his mother was very cross with him. His mother threw the beans out of the window. So now you must have observed the difference. While we were reading it with all the nouns, we were feeling it difficult, right? And when we replace them with different pronouns, then our speech became smoother and clearer, right? And it does not seem weird, right? Let me add here one more thing, that the noun that is replaced by a pronoun is known as antecedent, right? And this pronoun that is replacing the noun, it should agree with its antecedent in number, gender and person, right? You must have learnt in your previous chapter when you have covered noun, that noun has singular plural forms as well as they change their gender. So when we are replacing this noun with pronoun, it is known as, the noun is known as antecedent, and we have to keep it in our mind that the pronoun will agree in number, gender and person with its antecedent, right? Now let me tell you that we are going to cover different kinds of pronoun, and total 10 kinds of pronouns have been introduced in your book. So first we will learn that what are those kinds, and then one by one we will learn about them in detail, right? So first of all we will learn about personal pronoun. The second one is possessive pronoun. The next is demonstrative pronoun. Next we are having interrogative pronoun. Next we are having reflexive pronoun. Next is emphasizing pronoun. Or we can say emphatic pronoun. Next we are having reciprocal pronoun. Then we are having distributive pronoun. Then we are having relative pronoun. And the last one is indefinite pronoun. Right? So these are the 10 kinds of pronoun which we are going to cover in this particular lesson. Let's start with our first kind, that is personal pronoun. Personal pronoun, as the name itself is telling us that it is used for person, right? When we converse, when we talk, we three persons are involved, right? First person, the speaker, second person, the listener, and the third person about whom we are talking. About whom we are talking, that could be a person, that could be a thing, or that could be a place. So the personal pronoun, the pronoun which replace the person's name, thing's name, or place name, those are known as personal pronoun, right? First, we will learn about the first two cases of personal pronoun, that is the subjective case and objective case, right? Subjective case means when our person, place or thing has been used as a subject. At that time, as I have told you, three persons are involved, and I have told you that the antecedent which is replaced by a pronoun, the pronoun should agree with that antecedent in person, gender and number. So three persons are there, first person, second person and third person, right? When we are using it as a subject, when we are replacing the noun which is working, which is functioning as a subject, then we are supposed to replace it. For first person, we will use IV. For second person, we will use you. And for third person, we will use he, she, it and they. Right? When we are replacing the nouns of first person, second person or third person, which are functioning as object in the sentence, I will change into me, we, us, you will remain you, he will change into him, she, her, it, they will change into them, right? And if we'll talk about the gender and number, then I is singular in number and it is a common gender. We is plural in number, again it is common gender as it can be used for male as well as for female. You, it is you remain you for singular as well as for plural, and again it is common gender. He, it is singular in number and it is masculine gender. She is singular in number and it is feminine gender. It is singular in number and it is neuter gender. They is plural in number and it is again a common gender, right? So these are our personal pronouns. Now we will learn the facts which I have promised, that I will tell you some facts regarding the pronouns which you must not be aware before this. So it's time to learn the facts. So the rule number 1, if in a sentence all the three persons are involved, right? We have to use all the three persons, second person, first person and third person. Then the series of using these persons will be, first we are supposed to use second, then third and then first. Like you, he and I know the truth, right? If two persons are involved and in two persons we are having second and third, then the series will be you and he, second and third person. And if two persons second and first are involved, then it will be second first and first later. You and I have done the work. And if it is the combination of, in two pronouns, if the combination is of first and third person, then the third person will be used first and first person will be used later, like he and I are friends. But remember, if all the three persons are involved to commit a मिस्टेक, आप इन तीनों पर्सन्स, किसी भी ऐसा सेंटेंस जिसमें तीनों पर्सन इन्वॉल्व हैं किसी एक गलती में, एंड दे आर सपोज टू कमिट दैट मिस्टेक, दे आर सपोज टू एग्री दैट मिस्टेक कि यस वी हैव डन दिस, वहाँ पर हमारा सीरीज फर्स्ट, सेकंड और थर्ड ही रहेगा, ठीक है. अदरवाइज इन जर्नल, इफ वी आर सपोज टू यूज मोर देन वन पर्सन इन वन सेंटेंस, देन द series will be this. If all the three are involved, then second, third and first will be series. If two are involved and in two the combination is of second and third, then the series will be second, third. If combination is of first, second, then second, first. And if combination of third, first, then the series will be third and first, right? Now we will learn next fact. Second rule, if personal pronoun is used with the transitive verb or preposition, right, then we use the objective case of pronoun. Like, these toys are for you and me. So these are the objective case. Between preposition you and me, I am told, right? So second rule which we are supposed to remember, that whenever it is used with transitive verb or preposition, then we are supposed to use the objective case, right? Now we will learn the next rule. And if pronoun is used before be verbs, right? If the pronoun is changing the noun that is used before be verbs, like is, am, are, was, were, been, being, then we are supposed to use subjective case of the personal pronoun, right? Like, I am a good boy. Am, I, subjective case, as, he, or are, we, right? Has, have, ठीक है? Helping verb से पहले आने वाले जो noun है. Next rule is, if we have to compare two nouns, right? If there is a comparison between two nouns by using then or as, then we have to see if the nouns which we are comparing with then or as are subjects, then they will replace with subjective case. If the comparison is between the objects, then we are supposed to use the objective case. As, we are poorer than they, right? So here we are using the subjective case as the comparison is with the subject, right? And then has been used here. He loves her more than me, right? Again the comparison is between objects, so we are using the objective case. If there are two nouns that has been joined with as well as, then the pronoun will be used according to the first noun, right? Rima as well as her friends is doing her classwork, right? Now we will learn the next kind, that is possessive pronoun, right? As the name itself is telling that it is to show the possession of the noun. Possessive pronoun means they are showing the possession of noun as well as replacing them, right? We have learned till now that the two cases of personal pronoun, subjective case and objective case, which are used as personal pronoun, which are used to replace the person, place and thing, right? Now we will learn the next case, that is the possessive case. And this possessive case is having two forms. I can be changed into my and mine to show the possession, right? We is changed into our and ours to show the possession of noun. You change into your and yours to show the possession. He change into his and it remain his only. She change into her and hers. It remain its and its only. They change into their and theirs, right? So this first form, my, our, your, his, her, its and their, this is used as possessive adjective. Why I am saying possessive adjective? Because as you know, pronoun, the function of pronoun is to replace the noun. But these words show the possession of noun, but they do not replace the noun. Okay. So when they are adding something to the noun, which part of speech functions to add something in the noun? That is adjectives. So when they are adding with the noun and showing the possession of the noun, they are working as possessive adjective. We will learn it in detail in the next topic when we will cover the next topic, adjective, right? Now these are the forms which show the possession as well as replace the noun in the sentence. So this possessive case of personal pronoun work as possessive pronoun, which is the next kind of pronoun. Let us learn it with an example. This is your bag and that is mine. Now here I am using your with bag to show the possession, that to whom this bag belongs, right? So here your is the possessive adjective. It is not functioning as possessive pronoun. But when I said that is mine, mine is used for my bag. So it replaces the noun as well as it show the possession. So this is possessive pronoun. I hope both the pronoun personal and possessives are clear to you. Now it's time to check what we have learned till now. Let's do the first exercise, exercise A, in which we are supposed to use these two kinds, the personal pronoun and possessive pronouns. So here is your chapter. We have learned that the words used in place of noun are pronoun. Then we have learned the noun which is replaced by a pronoun is known as its antecedent. Then we have discussed all these kinds. We have learned that the subjective and objective case I, me, she, her, he, him, you, we, us, it, they and them are personal pronoun. They are used to replace person, place or thing. Then we have learned the pronoun mine, ours, his, hers, its, theirs and yours. The possessive case of personal pronoun is used as possessive pronoun, right? Now this is your exercise A. I am taller than dash is. Now what I have told you, that whenever we are comparing two nouns in subject as subject, then the pronoun which will replace them will be the subjective case, right? I am taller than, here you can, because is agree with he or she, so you can write anything, right? He is as lazy as that brother of. अब हमें ये ब्रदर का पोजेशन दिखाना है, बिलोंग्स टू, ब्रदर ऑफ, the brother belongs to the subject he, so here we will write his, right? They are far better players than us, because objective case we are supposed to fill, right? My sister's hair is longer than my hair. Now we will not write my hair, we will write here the possessive pronoun mine, right? I am sure that nobody will help you, but he or she, anything you can write, right? She knows her responsibility as well. This also I have told you, as well as. When two nouns are joined with as well as, then the pronoun will follow the first noun. So here we are using her, right? She as well as you know her responsibility, right? So these you will do yourself. एक मैंने आपको preposition वाला बताया, तो वो भी एग्जाम्पल देख लो. बिटवीन यू एंड, मैंने बताया था जब preposition फॉलो करते हैं तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा, ऑब्जेक्टिव केस. मिस्टर राठौर इज़ द नॉमिनी फॉर द इलेक्शन बिटवीन यू एंड हिम, राइट? यहाँ पर हम मिस्टर राठौर के लिए क्या करेंगे, हिम, ही इज़ अ ट्रूली. और सब्जेक्टिव केस मैंने बताया था आपको वर्ब से पहले, ही इज़ ट्रूली deserving candidate, right? Next we are having demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative means indicative. Demonstrative means indicative. Indicative means the pronoun that are used to indicate or point out the noun they are talking about, right? In English, mainly 4 words of TH family, that is this, that, these or those. These 4 words are used as demonstrative pronoun. They are used to indicate the noun they are talking about. This is used for nearby object. That is used for far away object. These used for nearby and those for far away, right? This and that are used when we are talking about singular object. These and those are used when we are talking about more than one object, right? Now one thing you have to keep in mind, that these 4 words are used as demonstrative adjectives also, right? So how to differentiate? The same thing as we have done with possessive case. When these all words are followed by a noun, it means they are adding something to the noun. They are not working to replace it, right? Their function is not there to replace the noun. Noun is present, right? At that time they are the adjective. If they are replacing the noun and following a verb, then they are demonstrative pronoun. Like, this is my bag. So now this is following a verb. It is not following a noun. So it is working as a demonstrative pronoun, right? और अगर मैं इसको ऐसे लिख दूं, this bag is mine, then this is demonstrative adjective as it is following the noun and यहाँ pronoun है mine, right? One more word is there, that is yonder. Yonder का meaning क्या होता है? Over there, right? So to indicate something that is far away, over there, we can use this word also as demonstrative adjective, but this is very less commonly used pronoun, right? So now we will learn next kind, that is interrogative. As again the word itself is telling, this is to ask questions, right, about the noun. So these pronouns are used to ask questions about the noun. Who or whom are used to ask question for person. What is used to ask question for things, and which is used to ask question for both, for person as well as things, right? I hope you got it. Now it's time to check whether we have learned demonstrative pronoun or interrogative pronoun, whether both the pronoun are clear to you or not. Let us check it by doing our next exercise, that is exercise B, in which you have to fill in the blanks with the suitable demonstrative and interrogative pronoun, right? What we have learned right now, that pronoun that used to point out the object, they refer as demonstrative. This, those, this and these to indicate object nearby, and that, those for far away. And less commonly used demonstrative pronoun is yonder. Then we have learned pronoun that help to ask questions are called interrogative. Who, whom used for person or group of people. What is used only for things, and which is used for person or an object. Now let us solve the exercise. Fill in the blanks with suitable demonstrative and interrogative pronoun. At dawn, we started to climb the mountain road. As they are moving on the road, so this is an ancient road. It leads to a monastery and a temple. Now 100 years ago means far away those were built, right? And it is plural, so we will fill those. Said my guide Kabu, pointing the some low huts by the roadside. On either side of the narrow track grew many unfamiliar flowers. Now I asked, he is asking a question about the flowers, non-living things. So we will fill here what, right? Dash are orchids. Now he is asking for these flowers, right? Means it is near one. So answer will be these only. These are orchid and dash in the distance. Now the distance for the distance flowers, which are again plural. So we will fill rhododendrons, said the local youth who had joined us. Dash is providing to be an even better track. Now they are talking about their track. So this is I had expected to my friend. Yes, indeed, he replied. Dash is that fellow racing. Now they are talking about a person who is racing up at a. They are asking a question about the person who is that fellow racing up at a great pace while we are panting behind him. I looked at the man in front, wondering at his credible speed. Suddenly there was a sudden shout. Look at. Now he is showing something. The guide, a distant peak. So for a distant peak, one peak that is far away, we will use that. Dash lies Mount Everest. Now we can write here yonder. Over there lies Mount Everest. In our country, we also call it Sagarmatha. Dash of you would like to try to climb that peak. Now he is asking, which of you? Right? We looked at each other and shook our head. Dash seemed like an impossible. That seemed like an impossible dream. Right? So this is our B exercise. Now we will learn the next kind. The next kinds are reflexive and emphasizing pronoun. Right? The subjective and objective case of personal pronoun only, or sometimes even the possessive case, the personal pronoun itself takes another case, that is reflexive case, by adding self or selves to it, right? Self for singular and self for plural, right? The first person pronoun is I. So the reflexive form will be my, because it is singular. So it will be myself. Then second we are having we. It will be our, because it is plural. So it will be ourselves. Then we are having second person singular plural. As you is used for singular as well as for plural. So it's take both the forms. If we are talking about singular, it will be yourself. If we are talking about plural, it will be yourself. Then he is there, himself, singular. She, herself. It, itself. And they, themselves, because they is plural, so it will be themselves, right? Reflexive, what is the function of reflexive pronoun? Actually, reflexive pronoun tells us or point out that the action which has been done by the subject reflect or turn back on the subject only, right? जैसे मैं कहूँ I hurt myself, right? It licks itself, right? And emphasizing, again these same forms are used as reflexive as well as emphasizing pronoun. Emphasizing is used to emphasize what that the doer of the action is doing, that the subject itself has completed something without any help, right? Like I'll say, he himself filled the form, right? It means he, the subject himself, without taking anyone else's help, filled the form. And we want to emphasize this fact actually, that the action has been done by the subject. Wherever we have to emphasize on the subject, जहाँ हमारा एक्शन से ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट पर होता है, ठीक है, जहाँ हमें एक्शन से ज़्यादा काम क्या हुआ उससे ज़्यादा एम्फेसाइज इस चीज़ पर डालना है कि काम किसने किया. At that time we use the emphasizing pronoun, right? So reflexive and emphasizing pronouns are correlated only. ये दोनों ही सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड हैं. यहाँ पर सिर्फ ये वर्ब के बाद आता है क्योंकि इसमें डूअर और रिसीवर सेम रहते हैं, और यहाँ ये एग्जैक्टली सब्जेक्ट के बाद आता है क्योंकि इसको सब्जेक्ट को एम्फेसाइज करना है, बताना है कि वर्ब से ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट काम करने वाले की है यहाँ, ठीक है. तो आई होप ये दोनों क्लियर हैं. नेक्स्ट वी आर हैविंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव प्रोनाउन. डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव प्रोनाउन मीन्स दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट और दे आर पॉइंटिंग अबाउट anything or person individually, right? Or they are taking the thing or person, the noun, as singly in a separate group, right? Each of the boys will complete means each and everyone who belong to the group. Every people wanted his exercise correctly. So each, every, either, neither, such kind of words are used as distributive pronoun as they are indicating to one person. So they are always agree with singular verb, right? Next we are having indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun when we are not talking about a particular person, in generally we are mentioning. So anyone can do this work if tries. One must preserve one's tradition. Anyone, someone, everybody, everyone, nobody, right? So such kind of words are used as indefinite pronoun. And then we are having next kind, that is reciprocal pronoun. Reciprocal pronoun is used to indicate that the action is carried out by one or two persons, or to indicate any mutual action, right? Like all the members of family love one another, or they always help each other. So these were our next types. We have learned about reflexive, emphasizing, then we have learned about distributive and indefinite and reciprocal. Now it's time to check out whether we are able to understand about all these pronouns or not. So let's do the next exercise which is given in your book. So here it is. Priya loves singing to herself. She herself does not seem too worried about the result. We have learned that a pronoun that indicate action of the subject reflect or turn back on the subject is reflexive, and a pronoun that is used for the sake to emphasize is called emphasize pronoun, right? Then we have learned words like each, either, neither. These are the distributive pronoun, and they always follow the singular verb and they indicate the people or things individually. Then we have learned the words like one, many, everyone, someone, everybody, nobody, several, all, both, anyone. They are the indefinite pronoun as they refer to not to any particular person or noun, right? Now remember, when using pronoun one, you must be consistent. We cannot say one tries to help his parents. Like one must preserve, we cannot say here his tradition or her tradition. We need to consist with the one. One must preserve one's traditions, right? Now the reciprocal we have learned, one another, each other. When the action is mutual action, we have to denote. Now we will do the exercise. So here it is. Correct the error in the use of pronoun in these sentences and identify whether the pronoun that you have replaced are reflexive, emphasizing, distributive, reciprocal, or indefinite, the very 5 kinds which we have learned right now. I did not buy neither of the 2 pens. No, it is wrong. In spite of neither, it should be either. And it is what kind of? It is distributive pronoun, right? I filled up the form herself. I, herself? No, it is wrong. What should come? Myself. And it is because it is coming at the end, so it is reflexive pronoun. Right? One must be careful about what he says. No, now only I have told you we have to be consistent with one. One says, and what kind of pronoun is this? This is indefinite pronoun, right? So this is your exercise. I hope you can do it yourself. You can find the mistake, correct it, and in brackets you have to mention the kind of the pronoun. I will provide you answers in PDF form, then you can check it. These are the 12 sentences. Now we will move to our next kind, that is the relative pronoun. So our last pronoun is relative pronoun, as the name itself again suggesting that it relates a noun that comes before it with the group of words that follow it, right? तो ये रिलेशन बिल्ड करता है एक नाउन और उसके बाद में आने वाले वर्ड्स के बीच में, जैसे द बुक विच यू suggested me was very interesting, right? So the book you suggested me, noun, and the words that follow this pronoun, relative pronoun, are relate or are joined by using this relative pronoun, right? Who, whom, whose, which, and that. These are the words which are commonly used as relative pronoun. Who is used for person. Whom is also used for person irrespective of gender, right? Who is used when the relative pronoun is used as subject, and whom when it is used as object, right? Whose is used for people or non-living thing, both. Which is used for non-living things and animals, and that is used for non-living things. Now let us learn it with example. Who? The students who forget to bring hall ticket will not allow to sit in exam, right? Next we are having whom. The officer whom you wanted to meet has just left, right? So here whom wanted to meet? You. So you is the subject and the officer is the person to whom, वो object है जिससे वो मिलना चाहता है. That's why we will join it with whom, right? Whose, the person whose purse was left here has not returned, right? It is used for showing the possession, right? It can be used for things as well, okay? And then which already we have done the example, that again for non-living thing. We were the first to find the clue that would lead us to the hidden treasure, right? So now it's time to do the exercise, last exercise, right? Let's start doing the exercise. This is our relative pronoun that relate a noun that comes before it and a group of words that follow it. A relative pronoun should always placed close to its antecedent. We say the boy who is in the train is my brother. We do not say the boy is my brother who is in the train. So the relative pronoun should be near to its antecedent, near to the noun that it is replacing. The most frequently used are, I have told you, who, whom are used for people, right? Who is used when relative pronoun function as subject and whom is used when it is functioning as object. We use whose to refer both people and non-living things, right? And which is used only for non-living things and animals, right? And the relative pronoun that is used for non-living things. Now we will do. There are some errors in the use of relative pronoun in these sentences. Correct the errors. She is the girl that was selected. Now I have told you that is used only for non-living things. So what will come here? Now the girl has been is the subjective case. So here will come she is the girl who was selected to play the protagonist role. Buy strawberry ice cream. It is the only flavor what he likes. Now we cannot use here what. We will use that, right? It is the only flavor because flavor से related है ये, तो that he likes. That is the boy to who no. Boy is here as a objective case, so what will come? Whom, right? So this is your exercise. Try to do it yourself and then you can match the answer. Then the last one is challenge. Join each of these sets of sentences with a relative pronoun. One has been done for you. Mr. Roy is an architect. His design have won him many awards. Whose design have won him many awards. The medicine have been withdrawn by the medical council. The medicine was used to treat bacterial infection. Now what we have learned that the relative pronoun will be near to its antecedent. So this sentence should be like this. The medicines that were used to treat bacterial infection have been withdrawn by the medical. If you'll find it difficult to write here, you can do it in your notebook as well, right? Medical council, right? I stopped the ambulance. It was speeding down the road. I stopped the ambulance, which was, it cut हो जाएगा और ये हो जाएगा, which was speeding down the road. You have to rewrite the full sentence, right? So these were about the pronouns. I hope you understand. See you in the next class. Bye bye.